I should like to play it in English, please, given that's the only thing I can sort of read. Righty-ho then. Not optimized for low-performance devices. Sounds a bit like you're describing my brain, but never mind. Not that we have a trifecta of loading screens, why wouldn't you just have one? But never mind. Never mind, it doesn't matter. Loading has been completed. Let us go to the main menu. Indeed. Right then, so good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this game. So, what information do you have for us? Point at the wrong place and click at the wrong time. October 1991, somewhere in France. The night is dark. They generally are, unless the moon is out, and the rain keeps hitting the windshield of your car. It tends to do that as well. The inexplicable breakdown forces you to stop and to keep going on foot. This is where you spot, a few hundred yards ahead, the glow of a strange, forgotten house in the middle of the woods. This is a short horror game in the old-school 2D point-and-click style, created and designed independently and personally. A gameplay and a story that are pretty simple and inspired by the classic horror cinema and its stereotypes. A breakdown in the middle of nowhere, a storm, a house with supernatural atmosphere, and a place behind its cozy aspects reveals hints to a dark secret and terrifying revelations. Yes. Like exactly how far behind we are on our council tax payments. Anyway, so yes, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this game. Now, I've been aware of this game for some time now, however, I didn't want to play it for reasons you can probably work out on your own without too much brain power, but a friend of mine said that they had seen it and they thought it was very good and that I should definitely give it a go, so I thought I would give it a try. Right then, some aspects of the game may offend the sensibility of young players or viewers. Well, you've been thoroughly warned, haven't you? Some advise this game is best played with headphones or earbuds and in low light. If you count the sun, we've got 4.5 lights in here, so, you know, unfortunately that's not happening as much as I would like to hide my big bugly face from you so that you don't have to look at it. This game does not feature an inventory. Objects are picked up during the game will automatically be used by clicking on the areas where they are required. That is useful. Right then, we've been going for 2.5 minutes. We haven't even seen the game yet, so why don't we get on with the bloody thing? Right then. Is this me? Is this me? Oh yeah, it's point and click, isn't it? I'm not looking around. Sorry, I forgot what we were doing. Never mind. So the car is broken. Do I have to try and mend the car? What can I click on? Probably the dialogue to make it go along. Let's stay calm. The town isn't that far on foot. Where did I put my flashlight? Okay, so I can get out of the door, and I can go this way. And I can look at the side of my car. Maybe it's in the glove compartment. Here we are. Oh, there's a photograph of something. Photograph of a person with a big face, it seems. That's about all I can tell. And perhaps they're CDs or cassettes, more likely, looking at both the age of the flashlight and the age of the little player that we've got here. Anything else that I can interact with? I don't know. I didn't bother looking to see whether the cursor changed. I can interact with the light. I probably should have done that. Right then. A few minutes later. Presumably several soggy minutes later. Those lights. Is that a house? They might have a phone. Oh yeah, this is in 1991, isn't it? Probably should have remembered that from like 5 minutes ago. But never mind. Looks like there's another car there. Indeed. I don't know what face to pull, like surprised and confused and also slightly angry, I think, would be a good way to describe that combination. There's no one there. It seems recent. Is the engine still running? Can I examine the car? Maybe they went towards the house. If that's the case, the inhabitants are going to be pretty surprised to see me. Indeed. Okay, so that's just looking at it. I'm not going out to interact with it or anything. Alrighty then, let us go towards the house and see what things we can find. This looks quite pretty, actually. Who's screaming like that, right? I didn't think it was a scream. I thought it sounded more like the rumbling of a slightly hungry tummy, implying it was probably dinner time. But never mind. Oh well, big brave boy that I am, I'm going to carry on and walk straight through the front gate, because I've no sense of frickin' self-preservation. I do find myself wondering where they got these images from. I mean, they don't seem real. I feel like they've probably been like rendered in a traditional engine, and they're like screenshots that have been taken from it. One doesn't know. Place seems busy. Busier than any other house in a horror game usually is. I don't know what that was, but I don't know what I don't know how to speak, but never mind. This is weird. I hope someone can help me. It looks a bit like a picture of a keyhole. How curious. It doesn't seem to have been of much use. You'd imagine a hat stand would at least have a frickin' hat on it, but never mind. I have many that we could put on there if you need one. If you're in deficit. Alright, the voices seem to look a little quieter now, so that means the medication must be working. No way, that means we must be further away from the people. I'd better announce myself first. What? I can still hear noises of the room on the right. Oh, thank you, my surround sound doesn't work here, so I appreciate you telling me where I'm going. Alright, let's go to the room on the right and see what we can find. Oh goodness, 'twas a ruse! Is this a joke? If it is, it's a bit of a rubbish joke. Can I... Stop. Yes, goodness, I haven't seen one of these in 15 years. The hell was that? I heard a funny noise. It came from the lobby. There are enough weird sounds in this basement or in this house already. I should leave it alone. Alright, let us return to where we were going before. I can see something massive prowling around the house. Probably those taxmen we were talking about before. It is too dark to make out what it is. It's nothing good, my friend. I can tell you that for now. So dark. Who turned off the lights? The door. What about it? Oh, goodness. Those highly expedient plasterers. Damn them, I say. Damn them. Where's the front door? It was right here. Well, I mean, yes. I don't think there's any question about the door was here. The point is that it's not anymore. Alright, there may be another exit from the house. Well, we could cannonball out a window, but you know. Alrighty then, we can't go off to the side here. It looks like there are doorways here, but I don't think we can actually go through here, so, let's just, I don't understand how the door just sort of turned into porridge. Well, neither do I really, but that's just because I don't understand physics. Never mind. What time is it? It's not working. It is stuck at 3 AM. Perhaps that is a clue. Somebody removed the photos from the frames. But why? Presumably they had some very bugly family members. I'm sure my family can attest to that. The door won't budge. I can't do anything. It's locked. I don't have the key to this door. Alrighty then. I find myself wondering what's up with the antlers. And what I've now just realised are clearly pictures of monks in robes with hoods on. These patterns must mean something. Oh, you mean the sword, the head and the bowl. Didn't see them before. I was slightly too busy looking at the Emperor's Royal Guards. Sorry about that. Hello. I did turn the recording on, didn't I? Yes, I did. I'm not doing very well with that today. There's clearly a mischievous person in there, so we're going to totally try to ignore them and fail miserably, because no, we do have to go that way. Is it a mannequin? No. No, it's something worse. But I like that animation. That animation reminded me of, like, cutscenes in old RPG games, like the old Fallout games and such like. Pictures of the local area. Nothing weird. What's this red stuff on here? There's something... It's like someone's drawn on it with a crayon. Confounded whippersnapper children. What was that? I'd better not disturb the forces that haunt this place. Either that or it's just a bedroom and someone's in there doing a bit of hanky-panky, and we really, really don't want to see that. Let's go through the door. I used the key that I found on the lobby table. It is open now. Can we go through here? Yes, we can. Alright. So this is the bathroom. Anything exciting in here? It is completely dry. What is a towel? You'd want it to be dry. A sink. May I have a wash? No, but there is a key. I cannot reach it. I'm going to need a tool. Yes, perhaps a magnet or like a hook on the end of a string. I probably look awful. Yeah, I do. I don't think there's a probably about it, but, you know. Can I have a bath? There are moist, half-torn clothes in the bathtub. They seem to belong to a man and a woman. Ah, presumably the hanky-panky began in there, and then it moved over there. That's good. That's good to know. Let's go through this door and pretend we're not in the vicinity of such frivolity. This wardrobe is empty. Of course it is, because we're using the bath as a wardrobe for some bloody reason. Alrighty then. Is this a box? Can I open this? It is locked. I have not the key. It is strange. It seems to be attached to the floor. Goodness. Prevent people from pilfering it, one presumes. May I read this book? This is a private diary. Some pages have been torn out. Oh, very private indeed then. What's this then? I have no idea. A jewellery box. When I shake it, I can hear something inside. Alright. What was it? A sword? Yeah? Like that? How do I attempt to put my code in? Presumably, when I have it right, it will do it on its own. I don't think I've done this correctly. And now I've opened up the wrong thing in my browser. Sorry about that. Probably should have mentioned this game runs in the browser. You can't download it. Such a tragic look. I agree, he really does need a haircut, doesn't he? Tragedy that he hasn't had one. That shadow is prowling in front of the house. I can't stop thinking about that scream in the forest. Indeed, it was most spooky, wasn't it? Right then. Yes, so presumably I need a different combination of these various symbols. There are just the three, right? There aren't any others. Let's see. The bowl, the head, and the sword. And the... What? The sword... That's strange. Why are there multiple instances of the same item? It's like there's bowl, then head, then sword, then head again, then sword, then bowl, then sword, then bowl, then head. And that was longer than I thought it was, but never mind. That's odd. Why wouldn't it just be bowl, head, sword, bowl, head, sword? Why is there that additional pattern there? Is that of significance, or am I seeing things that don't matter? I don't know. Is it gone yet? Presumably not. Alright, let me go back a little. I can't... Oh, I see. I think the little bit of red I'm seeing is just the corner of this painting, just around it. It's lovely having a cursor that I can point at things with. You usually don't get that in most games. It makes things rather difficult, but never mind. Can I go through here again? No. Okay. I find myself wondering if when it says I can't do anything, that means don't bother looking for a key to this door because there isn't one. And they're just kind of adding the doors in there for the sake of the signal. For the sake of making the house look realistic. This pattern must mean something. Yes, it definitely means something, but sword, head, bowl isn't enough. Any other doors that I can go? Don't have the key to this. This won't budge, and then this is just the in here. What's that? Do you see something on the wall? There's like a little box just there, and there's like a little bit of string running down there. I don't know what that is. I don't know if that's anything of significance. Yeah, and you don't want to play this again. I thought there might be like an audio tape on here that I could listen to that might give me a clue. So presumably I need to work this out, but there must be something more to it than just sword, head, bowl, unless it's a specific instance of the sword, a specific instance of the head, and a specific instance of the bowl, not just the first one that you find, which is going to make things a little tricky for me. I was initially wondering whether these antlers here, which remind me of goats and cults and demons and such like, whether they might have some significance perhaps, but I can't really think how the knowledge of this would help, so I am going to go back and brute force it with trial and error, because I honestly cannot I can't come to any conclusions about how this is supposed to help. Let me see. So that, hang on, are the swords different? Oh, the shape round the sword is different. Oh, look, circle and then a square thing. Remind me to clean these at some bloody point. Oh dear. That one's a circle, that one's a square, that one's a triangle. Right, circle, square, triangle. Now you understand why the IQ test I did came out so poorly. So that one needs to be a circular sword, which would be that one. This one needs to be a square head, which is that one, and then that one needs to be a triangular bowl, which is that one. I heard a click. And a key! Huzzah! Right then. Embarrassing little episode has been completed. Can I use the key here, or is it to the door? No. Okay, so that's just to... that requires a different key. So, let me see. We don't want to go in any of those doors. That one won't budge. What about this door? Use the key from the jewellery box, and the door is open. And I slightly regret coming in here. Right then, can we go through here? Does this leave? Good, because I like it out here. But never mind, we'll have to return. Kitty, I don't like how it stays dark for a minute. This seems to be an incense burner. The smell is weird. It's making me dizzy. Yes, yes. That combined with these tapestries is making me feel something's a bit funny around here. The light bulb must have blown. Another one of these things, just like in the lobby. They do seem... Actually, no, I've just realised they're far too big to be a goat, aren't they? They must be from a deer, presumably. Relatively small one. Oh, small, like my chances of getting out of this intact. Okay, there's a safe. There's a stand to display a sword. The weapon is missing, probably because it's being held by some vicious maniac who's going to come and lop my head off in a minute. He's giving me the chills. That's nice of him. Right then, what? I mean, just what is enough, really, to describe my feelings looking at this. I thought initially this was the foot of a dinosaur, but now I realise it's something a bit worse. There are some pliers in this jar along with this thing. The lid is sealed, and the only way to get the tool is to smash it. Indeed. Is the thing inside going to crawl away now? It would seem like it's going to have a go at that. How charming. It's stuck and it's not going to let go. Remember what we were talking about earlier? That sword? That could come in handy. Ugh, dear, that was not pleasant. Some jars and rags and what seems to be formaldehyde. If I remember the mortuary system correctly, that's something to do with embalming, which is probably what's been going on with these things here in order to try and preserve them. Alrighty then. The fuse box seems intact. Is there anything missing? Yet the basement is still dark. Alright, so there's nothing missing or wrong there. Alrighty then, so what is going on here? Someone left 3 prints on 3 of the alphabetical keys. 3 keys and these 6 possible combinations. By a process of elimination, I should be able to figure out the right one. Alright, this reminds me of certain puzzles in The Evil Within, in the Assignment DLC, and the Consequence for that matter as well, where you had to press certain keys and there were bloodstains on them, and the more blood there was, the more recent the key was. And I wonder whether the dirtiness of the finger might imply that, because this looks a lot lighter than these two, so maybe it's this one? Oh, bollocks. Oh, fiddlesticks. I don't know what combination I've done before. Never mind, we'll do it again. Right. There's 2 that start with D, and it's neither of those. There's 2 that start with E, and it's this one. Oh, we didn't have to do a jump cut. I'm grateful for that. Oh, dear, some letters. Probably shouldn't go rummaging around other people's posts, but never mind. Dearest member of the host society, this invitation is to be handed over once you arrive at the temple. Be punctual. There is a number. Alright. Are the letters different? No. Is the number different? 364251. 634251. No, I think it's just showing me the same one. Alright. How was that supposed to help? Goodness knows. The creature is roaming nearby. It knows I'm here, of course, as it seen me peering out the window a dozen times. Alright, so now we've got to deal with this situation. Okay. I don't even know what I want the bloody pliers for. You can keep the pliers, mate, I don't care. Alright then, so what next? I hear whispering. Is this thing playing again? No, this is still as it was before, so there's no difference there. So that's not where the whispering noise is coming from. But there's definitely a certain little spooky something that I can hear. Just check there's nothing here. I can't look out these windows, can I? I don't think so, no. Anything changed here? No, we still don't want to go in and see the amorous adventures. And I don't reckon much has changed in here. And... Why was the throne of relief in here, not in the place with the bath? You know, where I come from, call me Mr. Generalization, but we kind of stick everything in the same box. And by everything, I mean devices that involve water, and by box, I mean room. Right, I've got some pink lavender toilet paper. I'm sure that feels most calm on one's bottom. Some chemical super. Ah, yes, that's what you get for a chemistry student stag night. The label is... I'm sorry, that was so bad. I'm sorry, that was dreadful. The label indicates high acidity. Perhaps I could use this to burn the, There might be something under here. This house is making me paranoid. What, you mean under the toilet seat? If so, we should make use of this before we look. Oh, I've just remembered there's still that key in the sink, isn't there? I totally forgot that. Alright, can I use the acidity of the WD-40 or whatever the hell it is I've picked up in order to get this thing to shove off? Might be able to use the chemicals. Yes, perhaps I can get the key out of the sink with this thing. Oh good, it blew up. I was more thinking of like dripping a couple of drops on it and then it would go, ooh, goodness, I should not remain in this location any longer, and then it would kind of, you know, buzz off. But no, we had to murder the poor thing. Or possibly we just put it out of its misery. I'm sorry, I can see the door is closed. The door was previously closed, my friend. What you mean to say is locked. The key doesn't fit anymore. Oh no, it's gotten too big. What am I doing with my life now, exactly? Good afternoon. Do I have any more acid? It's stuck. I'm gonna keep on trying, mate. I would seem to be slightly dead. Oh no, I seem to be not slightly dead. I am in fact fine. I don't know, but we're gonna go and have a quick look just to make sure everything here is still hunky-dory. Yeah, everything seems to be positively hunky-dory, so we're going to move swiftly on. By move swiftly on, I mean run the hell away. Can I get the key now? The pliers should do the trick. I feel like we probably could have fished it out with a toothbrush, but you know. What do I know? That's one less problem. Indeed. My phone is making distractions, so let's throw that over the side so we've got another less problem. Alrighty then, we've got the key. Might this... Those most expedient builders who have reconstructed this person's bedroom. They're very quiet builders as well. They must be making a lot of money given how fast and efficient they are. Where did the room go? I don't know. I know this painting, yeah, because it was here 5 minutes ago. But never mind. Oh, giddy on. The wallpaper's coming down. The backside of the wallpaper is covered in stains and mould. Most wallpaper is. That's why people don't use it anymore. But never mind. Oh dear. That's a nice touch with the insects. Alright. I guess we're going this way. I guess I can't come up with any excuses to not go this way, so I suppose we're going this way. It's still the same painting. This place is getting creepier by the minute. Am I even still in this house? I don't know, but you did write a sentence that confused me, so well done for that. Oh good, I feel like we're playing a sanitarium again. And there's that painting again. This seems to be from a private diary. It begins in the middle of a sentence, and I remember it quite well. Winter had already covered the whole area with a great snowy cloak. The wind was blowing through the top of the great pine trees. I was pacing up and down, bathed in the soft light of the fireplace. The warm colour was contrasting the sapphire tones of the drapes. The choice I made that night opened to me all the doors that had remained closed until then. That is all. I might have to do something with this coloured door. What coloured door? Oh! I was not paying attention to the door. Dare I even look at this? I'm going to be sick. It seems alive. Yes. Yes, and we're going to totally ignore how similar to an anus it seems, and we're going to look at this door instead. A strange contraption is locking the door. The answer must be close by. How does this work? Do I, like, move things, or click on things, or twist things around? It doesn't work. I must have made a mistake. I didn't frickin' do anything, but never mind. How does this work? Like, how do I set the combination? How do I, like... I can click on things, but it doesn't do anything. I want to, like, I don't know, move things around, or... Are they just buttons? Do I just need to press them in a sequence? Is that the idea? Alright. There were some colours mentioned here, weren't they? Let me get a piece of paper and a pencil. Let's see if I can write down the colours that were here. Because it mentioned the snow, didn't it? With the snow, so it might be white to begin with. Let me see. The great pine trees, that might be green. Soft light of a fireplace, that might be red. I've yet to see a fire. I was just going to say yet to see a fire that wasn't red. Actually, no, there are fires that aren't red. It's just entirely due to the temperature, isn't it? But, you know. And then sort of in a fireplace. Not sort of, you know, just on top of somebody's head. Right then. Yes, indeed. So perhaps the combination is... Thank you. A white one, a green one, a red one, a blue one. Hooray, I worked out using my brain. Which is quite an achievement for me, given how little my brain works. Right. The television is picking up an image of the corridor I've just come out of. This is the one I just went through, yeah, but there was no security camera. There is, however, a demon, which is nice. Hello. He's really limber, isn't he? Oh dear! What a pickle we're in. It has to be the same corridor. Those things are waiting for me outside. We could stay here, you know, for at least a couple of centuries. Hello? Right. Okay. I can see somebody was so excited they lost their head. Never mind. I don't have a key for this, do I? In the sink drain. Oh, I thought we used that. Never mind. What do we have in here? I have no idea. Ah, I do. But I don't remember it. 6, 3... 4125, goodness knows, I can't remember. It's the code from the invitation on the note, isn't it? I should have remembered that. No, that number was too obviously important to be ignored, and yet I ignored it because I'm stupid. But never mind. Good thing I have my paper to hand and my pen. This symbol in the upper right here, it reminds me a little bit of Mothman. It has that kind of look to it. Idiot. Mothman wearing skis, presumably. Good to know he's got a hobby beyond just jumping off bridges or whatever it is he has to do with his day. Right then, never mind. Let's go upstairs. Let's stop rambling on about random cryptids and get on with life, shall we? Okay, so it's 6, 3, 4, 2, 5, 1. goodness. I like the little cutscenes. They had a nice little touch to it. Right then, we can go into this door now. Indeed. Let us hope this is some sort of secret exit. I still maintain that we could jump through the window. Maybe we can't do it through the window because of the big creature that's prowling around outside. Maybe that's what's stopping us from moving. Didn't consider that before. Alright, there is an elevator. Well, the logical thing to do would be to go down, given we're on the second floor, but I'm going to go up because I'm an idiot. Well, being an idiot didn't pay off, as so seldom it does. There's no jaunty music, and this makes me very sad. A lot of great music has come out of France, so it's a shame we don't have any. Do we need to go further? We go through the door now. I didn't realise we'd got anywhere. Oh, giddy on that. It looks like we're in the catacombs under Paris. Oh dear. Remember what I was saying about cults and demons and stuff? I have a funny feeling. What is this? Some sort of altar. Indeed. The light, so soon. Fiddlesticks. And twice fiddlesticks. Good evening. You are right on time. Who's there? Who's talking to me? Good afternoon, gentlemen. You don't discriminate based on height when it comes to entrance to your little cult, do you? Please remain calm. Maybe take the spooky masks off then, you twits. We understand it may have been a stressful evening for you. Oh, really? I've only seen a few demons. Do not be afraid, for it will all be over soon after we chop your head off and eat your spleen. You're the ones responsible for those twisted creatures. We are merely the voices that called upon the headhunter. Every 4 years we gather to present 3 offerings to the great hunter. This is required for the hunter to grant our family safety and prosperity. Alternatively, you could just get a good job and move out of a high crime rate neighbourhood, but never mind, murder people if you want to. I didn't have anything to do with all of this, and yet here you stand, answering the invitation of our benefactor. For it is known that the offerings will present themselves to us, guided on the path by the dark children of the hunter. You must have met them. Please get out of kissing distance, you maniac. The creatures had to be quite creative to slow you down enough. Indeed, the first 2 required some preparation. What first 2? Dearest members of the host society, the time has come. Free the altar. Oh. Hi. Good evening. I suppose I best sit down. That's a nice touch. Well, I can see where my friend was coming from. This is certainly a lot better than I was expecting. Certainly a lot better than I was expecting. I struggle sometimes with point-and-click games. Indeed. Investigation level 34 of 35. Oh. Investigate them in the game when a secret will be revealed. Oh. You big meanie face. I don't have another half an hour to go through the game and click on everything between here and Aberystwyth, alright? I'm very sorry, but I don't have the time in the day in order to do that because my voice is already going coarse from all the other stuff I've recorded today. And not recorded today because of not turning the recording on, but don't worry about that. That was actually really good. I really enjoyed that. Lovely little spooky story, lovely environment, nice little blending of sort of the still images and the little cutscenes. quite evocative of the era that I think it's going for, so it's only succeeded in that front. And I really like those creepy guys at the end. I tell you what they remind me of, and this is a random and uninteresting thing that's going to bore you to death, but I'm going to tell you anyway, because boring people to death is what I do on this channel. There was a game donkeys years ago called, I think it was just called Pirates of the Caribbean, which was not really anything to do with the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, despite having the opening cutscene voiced by the same woman who played Elizabeth Swann in the movies, but never mind, would you kindly shush. Anyway, it was a good game and I enjoyed playing it when I was a kid, and there was this sort of secret mission in it where you could go to an island and meet this weird sort of cult of hooded, red robe wearing monks, and seeing the red-robed monks here reminded me greatly of them. See, I told you it was boring. Right then, I really liked that. That was actually really fun. I'm glad my friend told me to play this, because that was worth it. And a lot better than most of the point-and-click stuff that I see, and a lot more successfully executed than a lot of the in-browser stuff that I see, because normally it's a faff not just to record, but also to play in browsers. So nice to see that going quite well. So yeah, I very much enjoyed that. I hope you did as well. Thank you very much for joining me this evening, ladies and gentlemen. I apologise sincerely for missing the secret, but never mind. I did quite well. What is that as a percentage, he says, not having a calculator to hand, which means he's going to have to drivel on about some incoherent crap while he gets his calculator out on his phone, because he doesn't have one to hand. Let's see if I can even remember how to calculate bloody percentages. 97%. I think that's quite a good score. Certainly better than anything I ever got at school. But never mind. Yeah, I really enjoyed that. I hope you did as well. I'll keep an eye on this developer, see if they make anything else, because they've obviously got a lot of talent. So thank you very much for joining me this evening, ladies and gentlemen. Look after each other, and good night.